Hello guys, welcome back to Dryland Racing League. I hope you all are having a good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you live. Tonight is Monaco. I mean, we're supposed to be racing at Barcelona, but there was a bump which which forced us to change tracks. And and here we are in the Principality of Monaco. Right, let's go over the standings while the drivers joined. Right, we have Chris with a dominant drive, not really dominant, but he made an epic comeback from P15 all the way to the win on 25 points. Will, the one who was dominating but suffered tire at the end and loses his P1 now on 18. Zoro, amazing drive in Saudi with 15 points. Fred in the McLaren with 12. Jamir in the Alpine with 10 points. Keanu in the Mercedes with 8 points. Formula Cringe with 6 points. Mini with 4 points. Gagli with 2 points. And Tokai, the the only rookie to score a point last round. Right, for the constructors we have Red Bull leading with 25 points. Ferrari behind with 20. McLaren with 16. Aston Martin with 15. Alpine with 11. Mercedes with 6. Mercedes with 8. Williams with 6. Alfa Romeo, Haas and AlphaTauri still yet to score. And let's see who will come out on top in the Principality. We have Dazzles, who's the Alfa Romeo reserve driver, is taking over Dan Cookie's seat since he couldn't race. Coral couldn't race last week as well, and now he's now with us. Mama is now a lone driver for tonight for the Ferrari team because Will and Sean they couldn't make it, unfortunately. It says we have full grid. Hello, Keanu. Hello. Can you hear me? Keanu,
Hello, mate.
can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Nice. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Just a bit nervous, but
Of course, it's Monaco.
yeah, it's Monaco. It's the toughest race on probably there is. So it's not gonna be an easy one.
Well, you got it.
Yeah, I really hope so. And I feel like there's gonna be a few people that's gonna crash in Q1. And
Yeah, just keep it clean.
hopefully it's not me, but
Yeah. Yeah, just keep it clean and read the team planning.
yeah, I've did that. I really like that. My last team I didn't have that. It's really good.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I just want the best for the team.
Yeah, I can understand. This is a good way. In Q1, should I go with the balanced tire compounds, like that you get balanced set of 1 and 3 set of softs, or 4 set of softs for qualifying?
So one medium, three softs, or four softs?
Yeah, for qualifying.
It's up to you. It's not really a big deal.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever works for you, go for it.
All right, I'll do my own thing then.
Alright. All the best.
Mm.
I have to go on
Thank
comms
you.
now.
Good luck with your commentary and do your best.
Yeah, thanks. You too.
I'm gonna need it.
Oh, we're already up now. Good luck again. Bye. So we're now good to go, as everyone's now on the grid. I was having, apologize, I was having a word with Keanu in the party, but now we're good now. So we're back now. I was setting up the commentary party because, yeah, it's a night race as well in the Principality.
never won a race after 383 attempts, the highest of any team in Formula One history. They came close 5 times in 1978, 1980, 81, 85 and 1997. The inaugural World Drivers' Championship was held in 1950 during the 4th season of F1. Giuseppe Farina, who was driving for Alfa Romeo, took the championship after winning 3 of the 7 races held that season. Juan Manuel Fangio also took 3 victories, but lost out points after having retired from the other 3 races he entered. The Nürburgring is the only F1 track to have hosted 3 different races: the German Grand Prix, European Grand Prix and Luxembourg Grand Prix.
So let's go over the live chat. Hello, Luis.
Formula One is
And
named as such because the participants agreed to a set of rules.
hello, Q Bomb. I don't know who you are, but nice to see you guys on the stream. And we see the Haas in the background, the first one out. It is Alexa. Alexa's had a good qualifying in last week, but he's DNF'd on the first lap of the race. And he just twitches again. Back to Alexa. He's had a good qualifying last week in Jeddah, where he started in P8 in the Haas in his first race. Actually, his first race as a full-time driver in D1. But he's DNF'd to a crash on lap 1. Let's see what he could do in the Principality. Right, here is Alexa starting his lap into Sandavot. Alexa goes into turn 1. Goes close to the outside wall, now into Borovaj, into Massenet. You're gonna want to carry speed over here, and into Casino Square he goes. And Alexa will set an 18.7 for the first sector. Now into Massenet, into the hairpin, which is the slowest corner on the calendar. And now into Portier. And into the tunnel it goes. And now into the Nouvelle, the Haas goes. He goes close to the wall, but luckily he's avoided that. Now into Tabac. Sets a 53 flat. And now into the swimming pool, where it's so easy to mess up here. He's got it correctly. Now he's into the Raskas and into Anthony Noakes, which is the final corner. And now Alexa will set a 1 minute 11.4. That's the benchmark. Mama behind him goes quicker with a 1 minute 10.8. Tokai meanwhile goes P3 with a 1 minute 12.8. He's made a mistake somewhere. As JTP Monster goes into P4. From the country zone, it enters. FC Jakaru, the runner-up from D2 last season, goes P4. As Alexa's out, What has happened? Oh, he's hit the wall. That's a shame for Alexa. He's the first victim of Monaco's incident. As I've seen Alfa Romeo of Dazzles who will set a lap now. Now let's see Zorro, the dark horse of Sardia. As Gagli is now out, Zorro goes quickest with a 1 minute 10.6. Zorro being Zorro. Let's see what happened with Gagli. Oh, he hit the wall into the exit of Casino as Dazzle set a 1 minute 8. Oh, 1 minute. As 18.9 for Dazzle in the first sector. Gagli has DNF'd in Jeddah qualifying with the incident with Formula Cringe, and now he's DNF'd again. As now Fred Parsons goes up to P4 ahead of the Alpine of Tokai. But behind as TGT Chris, the race winner from last week, goes up to P1. Dozens, meanwhile. He twitches on the exit of La Rascas and taps the wall into Anthony Noakes. Dozens across the line goes P5. So Alfa Romeo P5 and P6 for them. They're looking quite strong in the first stage. As JT Play Monster slots in between the two Alpines with a 1 minute 12.5. As Leighton now, who's missed out on the title last season, quickest with a 1 minute 9.8. The first one into the 1 minute 9s. The two Mercedes still on their outlaps. Jamir goes P6. Best of the rest again. Let's watch Mini, who's unfortunately missed out on the podium last week. Let's see what he could do. Mini goes P4. 1 minute 10.7. His teammate Fred, meanwhile, who's finished P4 in the first race of this season. Let's see what he could do. He slots in. Oh, he's into the pits now, and he's left the session. A bit short-lived, as Keanu setting a 1 minute, not 1 minute, an 18.5 for the first sector. Now let's see what he could do. Is Tokai on a lap? Keanu exiting the swimming pool into the last Raskas and into Anthony Noakes. Keanu in the Mercedes will find himself in P6. So in the top runners, 1 minute 10.8. Now let's see where. Now let's see Tokai. Let's see what Tokai could do. He goes 2/10 quicker. And he hits the wall on the inside, which won't affect him much, as he has no visible damage. But Tokai will across the line and will improve up to P10. Mink meanwhile goes P9. The lone driver for Mercedes tonight goes up to P9. Now let's see what Jack could do. Goes a bit wide into La Rascas and twitches a bit into Anthony Nobes. Jack will improve up to P13, so he is safe for now, but the likes of Coral, and he locks up. Sorry Coral. Commentator's curse strikes again. Formula Crunch has not set a proper lap, so he'll be back into the pit. He'll be back and he'll set another lap. Sam Cards, who's had a tough race last week, he's looking for a better result tonight. Sam Cards will begin his first lap of the day. Sam Cards. Is Mick on a lap? Mick's probably on a lap. Sam Cards will set a 18.7 for the first sector. Now let's see what the AlphaTauri driver could do. He goes a bit too close to the wall in the exit of the hairpin. Now into Portiera and into the tunnel. Sam Cards with a 52.9 for the middle sector. Now let's see if he can keep his momentum through the final sector. He hits the wall there. Now let's see what he could do. Azor is retired. Sam Cards goes up to P13, ahead of Jackaroo and his teammate, but behind the Alfa Romeos and Tokai. Yeah, let's not forget about Fred, the Wonder Kid, or the underdog. Let's see what he could do. And Fred across the line he goes up to P4. What a lap for the McLarens. Same as IRL. McLaren never failed to disappoint us. As Jameer is now probably on a lap, so let's go with him. Into Casino Square. He goes 2/10 quicker than his previous lap. So he's on for a 1 minute 10, sub 1 minute 11. Let's see if he could keep his momentum. As the exit of Portia is crucial for qualifying and a bit for the race. Jameer into the Nouvelle Chicane and into Tabak he goes. So that's nearly 3/10 improved by Jameer. Let's see if he could keep it up. And Jameer now across the line, he will go up to P5. What a lap from Jameer. He goes 1 millisecond ahead of Mini, but behind the other McLaren of Fred. So it's Jameer in a McLaren sandwich. As Coral now, Mama's out. Let's see what JT Play Monster could do. He has 2 laps to improve. He's nearly a second down on his teammate, but the track is improving, to be fair, as he improves by a tenth there. Let's see what he could do into fourth here, as Formula Cringe goes P3. What a lap from the Williams driver. He pushes some cars out to the drop zone. As JT Play Monster, 2 tenths improved for him. Let's see what he could do in the final sector. JT Play Monster, not enough for him, as he only has 1 lap left to get something, and if he doesn't, he's out of qualifying, unfortunately. As Toka is out. Tokai. As he's in danger. He's in danger too. If some cards doesn't improve. So if anyone improves in the bottom 5, it's Tokai, Alexa. Tokai and Alexa are out. I mean, they are out. Since their some cards is a second down. 1.6 seconds down. Loads are retiring. Some cards has invalidated, but he has 1 more lap. As Jack now it will begin his final lap of Q1. Let's see if he could make it out of the drop zone. He improved by 2 tenths. Fair enough. But he'll have to improve by a second to survive. Jackaroo in the Williams improves by both Alpha tires are out now. Not very good for them. As Jack's invalidated. He's improved by 4 tenths, but he's invalidated. So that's the end of his qualifying. Now Coral's the only hope. Let's see what the German driver could do. And Coral across the line, he is out. So we're losing 7 drivers instead of 5 because of Alexa and Tokai. So ladies and gentlemen, here is your P1 order. So here's your Q1 results. Unfortunately, we've lost Alexa and Tokai due to their crash on the Nouvelle Chicane. Some cards had had a chance to be fair, but he's crashed as well. JTP Monster also out. Jackaroo couldn't get the lap time in. Coral, unfortunately, unfortunately for him, and Gagli couldn't settle up and DNF'd. So that's so on to Q2.
He was caught speeding in the pit lane in practice for the 2006 Turkish Grand Prix almost immediately after he exited the garage, just 9 seconds into his F1 career. The record for the most cars in an F1 race was achieved at the 1953 German Grand Prix with 34 cars. The race with the fewest entries saw only 6 cars line up on the grid. This was the infamous 2005 US Grand Prix, which saw 14 cars pulled off the track for tyre safety concerns. I'm not superstitious, but in the long and fruitful history of F1, no one with the surname Hill has ever failed in winning a world title. For example, Graham Hill, Damon Hill, and Phil Hill are all previous world
Fred's joined again, as the owner of the league has some difficulties for joining and for leaving and joining the race, as the Red Bull of TGT Chris, the championship leader and the race winner from last week, is the first one. TGT Chris, the championship leader now. Let's see what he could do. TG Chris unsettled a bit, but he's settled 52-4. Let's see what Chris could set.
It's almost a given that the drivers on the grid today were car racing.
Chris across the line goes P1 with a 1 minute 10.5. Mama meanwhile goes behind him actually. Tim invalidates. Leighton outlap. Jameer in the Alpine slots in P3. Fred invalidates. Dowdens invalidates. Fred Parsons. Next point across the line. Let's see what he could do. He actually goes P4 with a 1 minute 11.7. As he taps the wall a bit into Barbaj, as he will let his teammate through. to set his lap. And Formula Cringe invalidates actually. No idea what happened to him. As Mick goes P2, 1 minute 10.6. Leighton now, let's see what he could do. Leighton goes quickest. Another sub 1 minute 10 lap. And Fred across the line, P4. So the McLaren showing that it's a competitive car. Who's the next one? It's Formula Cringe. Oh no, he's invalidated. I guess the other McLaren of Mini as he twitches on the exit of La Rascas. But Mini will cross the line, still behind his teammate. But they're not too far off each other. If it wasn't for the twitch, he would have been closer to his teammate. But the next one is Mama. Oh, he's now pitting. Jameer will set another lap. Formula Cringe on a slow lap to recharge his ERS. Now let's see what Keanu could do since he's now about to begin his lap. Keanu with an 18.4 for the first sector. Formula Cringe with a 1 minute 34 flat. But he's not, he was on a slow lap to be fair. Keanu into Tabak he will go. Ah, Keanu twitching. Loads of drivers seem to twitch through the exit. Keanu will still be safe. 1 minute 11.1.
Most World Championships won, most Grand Prix wins, most competitions, most race entries. Bill not forced him to retire in the 2021 Monaco GP. This was removed 43 hours later, which officially makes it the last stop turnaround in history.
Keanu invalidates. He set a purple sector 2, but he's invalidated. Zorro, I've missed him, but he's gone P7. Tim Minuel missed last week. Now he's P3. Tim is cooking. As he will push the likes of Fred Parsons, Dazes and Formula Cringe. into the drop zone,
to cars
and
taking
Jameer
place.
at risk.
Sebastian Vettel holds the F1 record for the shortest time elapsed before picking up a penalty. He was caught speeding in the pit lane in practice for the 2006 Turkish Grand Prix, almost immediately after he exited the garage, just 9 seconds into his F1 career. Max Verstappen managed to finish 81% of his races on the podium in 2021. Still though, Michael Schumacher holds the record for highest percentage, when in 2002, Schumacher finished on the podium in every race he participated, making it 100%. The Nürburgring is the only
Now let's go with Jameer. He's at risk of elimination, but he's 6 tenths ahead of Fred Parsons. Jameer with 4 minutes remaining on the clock. Let's see what lap he could set. Let's see if it's good enough to get him out of the risk zone. At the moment he's the driver at risk. Oh, he's crashed! Jameer's out! Into Casino Square. Jameer hits the wall and he's out of qualifying, as he won't take part in Q3 unfortunately. Formula Cringe sliding a bit.
most race entries. Max Verstappen became the youngest winner of the GP at just 18 years and 228 days old when he won the 2016 Spanish GP. Coincidentally, Sebastian Vettel on the top of that record came second place in that same race. We might be used to blisteringly fast pit stops, some even approaching the sub 2 second mark. But what about the longest? Well, that would go to Valtteri Bottas, who had to
Formula
retire.
Cringe invalidated, I see. Mama goes P2.
He was removed 43 hours later, which
Great
officially
tap from him.
marks the longest pit stop turnaround in history.
Now let's see what Fred Parsons could cook. Oh, he invalidated. Some cards leave the session. Probably disconnected. Formula Cringe goes P3. P2. Not P3. P2. So he's safe at the moment. but Parsons 4 tenths gained, but that's not going to be enough. Let's see if he could find 6 tenths on his total. He gets close to the wall to Anthony Noakes, but he's kept it clean. Fred Parsons across the line goes P10. The 1 minute tempo is 8. His teammate meanwhile goes 5 tenths up. The others unfortunately can't make it out. Keanu's lost time through the first sector. Let's see what Keanu could do. 2 tenths gained for him. Keanu, will he make it out or is he going to be out? Keanu actually goes P2. 1 more tempo 3. Well up from Keanu. Fred Parsons unfortunately knocked out by the finest of margins. So here's your Q2 order.
F1 engines during the V8 era in the mid-2000s, for example, could reach 19,000 RPM. In comparison, a typical road car won't exceed around 6,000 RPM. The United Kingdom has achieved more World Drivers' Championships than any other country, over a quarter of which were won by Lewis Hamilton. Ferrari are the only team to have raced in every single season of Formula One.
So here's your Q2 order. We lost 7 drivers in Q1, so now we lose 3 drivers. So Fred Parsons, unfortunately, out by 16 milliseconds. 1-6. It was one of the finest margins. Dazzles, his teammate, 2 tenths behind his teammate, and so is Jameer. Jameer could have gotten a lap, but he's hit the wall to Casino, and now we have 12 minutes of left of qualifying. Who will come out on top?
Who had to retire after a seized movement forced him to retire in the 2021 Monaco GP. The seized nut was removed 43 hours later, which officially makes it longest pit stop turnaround in history. Formula One is named as such because the participants agreed to a set of rules where the formula are the rules and the one referring to the fact that this is the top tier of motor racing. Packed grandstands here today with thousands in attendance, hoping to see their favourite drivers battle it out on track. Hello to everyone, and a special shout out to our VIP guests, Lars Hammer and Arthur Jackman, affectionately known as the Jackhammer.
So the Aston of Zorro actually is the first one out.
With 3 over the age of 50. I'm not
Now the McLaren of Mini overtakes Zoro to set the first lap qualifying. Zoro will have to create a margin there, and he does. Mini, the McLaren driver,
3 hours later, which officially makes it the longest pit stop turnaround.
starts his final lap, his first lap of Q3. Let's see what the Mexican could do.
Schumacher finished on the podium in every race he participated.
Set an 18.4 through the first sector.
World Championships in 1998. One of the longest broadcasted races. The tubular safety device that sits over the driver's head, named the halo, is constructed out of titanium and has roughly 9 kilograms.
Get in, get in, get in, get in, comms. Yeah, get in, comms.
The inaugural World Drivers' Championship was held in 1950.
Mini sets a 1 minute 10.4. Scrub up. Scrub up. Let's see what Zoro could do.
Lost out points after having retired from the other two races.
Zoro across the line. He's not set a lap. As Mama goes P1, the Norwegian driver into P1. Formula Cringe P3. As now Tim is out. Timmy crashes into Casino Square. Let's see Keanu since he's the next one. Sets a 51.7. As he blocks the McLaren a bit. Oh, Keanu. He still sets a lap good for P3. Oh, Zoro's out again. It's a disaster for the Aston Martins in qualifying, but it's not the end of the world. Let's watch Ming, since he's the next one who will cross the line.
Good effort from McLaren here today. The recent times they've fallen to somewhat of a midfield.
Let's see what Ming could do with a 52.5
Championships in 1998.
for Ming. Oh, he's invalidated. Let's go with Fred. Let's see what Fred could put up. Fred goes B4 behind his teammate. Chris into the nouvelle chicane. Chris will set a 51.7. He's about to cook.
Turkish Grand Prix. Almost immediately after he exited the garage. Just 9 seconds
Chris,
left on career.
what will he set? A 1 minute 9.6. I believe it's the quickest time tonight. As Nathan goes quicker. With 1 minute 9.2. 51.9 for Mink in the second sector. As Mink goes P3. 1 minute 10.1.
You don't know the tubular safety device that sits over the driver's head aptly named.
So now everyone's back to the pits, but Formula Cringe will is now on in the out lap. Is Chris now on a lap? Chris is. Yeah, Chris now. I don't think he has enough fuel to set another lap, but he will have one more lap as he hits the one. The exit of the back. Chris into the pits. Let's see what he could put. He's currently P8. He's found 3.5 tenths. Oh, Formula Crunch spins. He's gone too hot on the brakes and he spins. He half spins. So that's his lap done. He's actually improving. Formula Cringe. Let's see what he could put up as he goes P3. The warmer tempo at 1. Now I believe Mini will be the next one. Oh no, it's Mama, not Mini. As Red Bull makes some room for the Ferrari, Mama improves 3 tenths. Over 3.5 tenths for the Norwegian driver. As into the tunnel the Norwegian driver goes. Oh, Mama is not on a lap, I guess. Let's watch Mini then. Oh, Mini is invalidated. So he will have time for another one. There he goes. Let's see what his teammate could do. He's a bit down on the middle sector. Let's see what Fred can put. Fred stays in P8. Mini is going to stay in P7, I believe. Let's see what Keanu could put up. He's lost some time through the final sector due to Fred. Now let's see what Keanu could set. Keanu goes P, stays in P6 actually. His teammate Mink goes P, stays P4 actually. Mama 3/10 improved. Let's see if he could challenge the red ones at the top. Mama goes P3. Chris couldn't improve, but Leighton will be on pole for the Monaco Grand Prix. So we have Leighton on pole, his first race back. Chris P2, the current championship leader. Mama with a P3. Formula Crunch with an amazing result for Williams at P4. Then we have the two Mercedes of Mink and Keanu, Vinny and Fred in the McLaren, Zora and Tim, who could not set up a lap, P9 and 10. So now we have 39 laps of racing. Let's hope it's actually a good Monaco Grand Prix.
One of the longest broadcasted races, also one of the shortest. 2021 Belgian Grand Prix lasted only 3 minutes and 27 seconds. The race being flagged due to wet weather conditions, lap 3. Max Verstappen managed to finish 81% of his races on the podium in 2021. Still though, Michael Schumacher holds the record for highest percentage, when in 2002, Schumacher finished on the podium in every race he participated, making it 100%. 2014 ushered in a new set of regulations that saw us end.
So formation lap will be off.
Biggest change being the engines, which were changed from 2.4 litre V8 engines to 1.6 litre turbocharged V6 power units. Along with this came integrating complex digital systems such as
13 laps. Let's see who will come out on top. Will it be Leighton or will it be Chris? Or will it be Mama or even the Williams of Formula Current? Or even the Mercedes cars? As we go to 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go here in Monaco. It's a good start from Chris. But Leighton managed to cover him off. As there's Mink and Keanu with a Mercedes Civil War. As it's 3 wide. As Mink is out. Dazas is also out. It's an early chaos into the Monaco Grand Prix. As we have the majority are pitting. So it's green flag once again in the principality. So a little Zoro now taps the wall on the entry of into Sandavot as Jameer goes to the outside of turn 1 into Sandavot, but he was squeezed out. It was never really going to work for the Alpine driver, as there's still no position changes up front. Zoro and Jameer, the former teammates at Ferrari in Season 4, they're close to each other once again. Jameer will go for a dive into Sandavot. It will never really work for the Zoro's got damage. As Jameer into Masane he goes. He sends it into turn 4 into Masane as he pushes Zoro wide. That will be looked at in the stewards, I believe, as it wasn't the cleanest move from Jameer. As back to the podium fight, from Lecrange looking as he twitches and hits the exit wall of turn of the swimming pool. Hello Will, hello Jim. Zoro is now into the pits, unfortunately with this damage has occurred. Now let's see what Formula Crunch could do in the upcoming corners. From Lecrange looking to as he gets really close to the Ferrari of Mama. As Chris is out! Chris is out. What drama we have here? The championship leader out of the Monaco Grand Prix. As it's a drive-through penalty for Alexa. Keanu seems to have a run on the Williams. How many DNFs will we see tonight? As Formula Crunch will go for an unholy dive into the La Rascas. Mama's in. Does he have damage? Mama. Oh, he's a front wing damage. What? Shame for the Norwegian driver. Let's see what Keanu could do against Formula Crunch, who's doing a stellar job so far in the Williams. As Jameer and Fred, as JT Play Monster, the next victim, is now out of the Monaco Grand Prix. So it's 4 DNFs in the space of 7 laps. So back to the fight for P2. So it's Mama and Tim at it. The two teammates at Aston Martin, but Mama is a lone driver for Ferrari tonight. Let's see what the Norwegian can do. Jameer now getting really close to the McLaren of Fred. Now he has the run on Fred. He goes on the he tried to go on the outside of Massenet on Mirabeau, not Massenet. Mirabeau. On the outside of Mirabeau, he couldn't quite do it. Now into Portier and into the Nouvelle Chicane they go. They will both have their ERS on. Jamil couldn't get close enough on the McLaren driver. Jameer into Borobaj, into Massenet. He couldn't quite do it. As Fred squeezes him out. Into Marable, he couldn't find an opportunity for the move. As it's a virtual safety car. Oh, it's Mama who's crashed and loses his front wing again. Does Jack and Minnie have damage? Jack does not have damage, Minnie does not have damage, Gagli does not have damage. As Mama... Oh, it's Gagli, not Mama, who has the damage. As Gagli spins on the exit of the hairpin. As he lets the likes of Zoro and Tokai through. Gagli now into the pits. Keanu now closer than ever on Formula Cringe. As Tokai and Zoro go side by side into the Nouvelle Chicane, as Tokai will have to back out. It's Gagli out. Oh, he's retired in the pits. As we have 15 drivers remaining in the Monaco Grand Prix. As some cards will get blocked by the retired AI of Gagli. As Jameer now hits the wall, loses his end plate. As he drifts into the pit lane. Now what a battle this is turning into. There's a bit of contact between the drivers. Where will Jameer come out? He'll come out behind his teammate. Zoro goes for the move on his teammate and is up into 9th place. Jameer is now approaching his teammate, so there will be some team orders at Alpine, as Tokai will have to lift and coast since he is under fuel. Will we see a there's going to be some contact. As the two drivers swap places, which is the best option if you're Alpine. So back to the fight for P2. Zoro and Jack. Zoro with an ambitious dive on the outside of Nouvelle. And what a move from Tim there, as he goes for the inside of Portier and gets the move done on the Williams, as Jackaroo has lost 3 places in the space of half a lap, as Jameer with the fresh mediums goes on the outside of Sandevot. Tokai is now, as Jameer into Borvaj he goes, as what a move from Jameer, as there's some contact, as Tim spins round and hits the wall into Massenet. Jameer ran out of room there. As Alexa's out. What has happened to him? Oh, he's hit the wall into the exit of Nouvelle chicane. As 14 drivers remaining in the Monaco Grand Prix. Mama touches the AlphaTauri of Sam Karts, who is doing a stellar job so far. As Tim again, he's not having the best race of his life. He hits the wall again into the back. As now Mama goes past some cards up to P5 for the Norwegian. Now Mini will look to get past, as Tim's now out. That's the race for him. Mini will go for the move on some cards. There is some contact between these two drivers, but Mini will get through on some cards into into the nouvelle chicane. As Jack now gets 3 seconds. Add to freeze time. Sam Carl's now into the pits he goes. He will now get rid of his hard tires and will possibly go on the mediums. Yeah, he will go on the mediums. Did he have damage? Sam Carl's will be side by side with the Haas. As who will come out on top? It's Sam Carl's just ahead of Coral in the Haas. Oh, as I forgot to mention, Keanu's got past Formula Cringe there. And now up to second place Keanu goes. As there's some rain incoming. There's going to be some rain in Monaco, in the Principality. Brett Parsons now onto the Inters he goes. Now let's see if Keanu is now in to the pits. From Leclerc into the pits. Fred meanwhile is going to stay out. So let's see what Keanu could do on his Inter stint. As he will only lose the place to Fred. The Inters will start to get quicker as the likes of Mini, Tokai and Jack are all coming into the pits. As now Leighton's pitting onto the Inters. Fred meanwhile is losing some time because he's on the dry tires. As Zoro and Jameer fighting out, slicks in the rain. It's never really going to be a safe option, but Zoro will keep his position pretty much. As Jameer gets another 3 seconds. Keanu is now up to second place. Leighton's left the session. What happened to Leighton? Leighton's disqualified. Oh, mate. Jameer still on the dry tires, as he will lose some time. I believe he's the only one on dry tires. Now Jameer into the pits. He will go.
Saw 14 cars pulled out of the race due to tyre safety concerns. British constructor Arrows never won a race after 383 attempts, the highest of any
He will drop behind Mama Mama.
in 1978.
As now the Alfa Romeo is out. So now 11 drivers remaining in this wet Monaco Grand Prix. Formula Cringe now into the pits again. What's happened to him? Has he got damage? Oh yeah, he has. So it's Mini going to be on the podium. But will Zorro deny it? As Formula Cringe now exits his garage. And will come out neck and neck with Jameer in the Alpine. But Formula Cringe will pretty much stay ahead of Jameer. So it's McLaren double podium currently. But Formula Cringe is on new inters and there's yellows, it's Coral who's gone white to Marable. 1 second guys, I'll charge my phone. "15 laps remaining for this Monaco Grand Prix. Nobody expected it to be that chaotic, as we have more than half of the grid out of the race. But you're gonna want to finish on the points at this rate, because any other DNF means it's a guaranteed points finish for you. As Formula Cringe now gets 3 seconds add to his race time. as it's a, a nearly 5 car battle, a 3 car battle at the moment for the final podium position. Well, Mini is doing a stellar job in keeping the Aston behind. As Mini Mix goes a bit wide, he loses some time to Zoro. Zoro gets another penalty. As now Formula Crunch has caught up to them. There is a 5 car battle for the final podium position. Let's see who will come out on top of this battle. Imagine a 5 car battle for the podium in the wet in Monaco. As Zoro will have a look into Massenet, but can't quite get through. As there's some contact between the 2 Norwegian drivers. Mama goes for it on his fellow countryman. As Mama gets hit, Mama hits the wall. There's some contact. This will allow Mini to extend his gap and possibly make it a McLaren double podium. As Mama is struggling now. Jameer now into Borovaj, they make contact into Borovaj and into Massenet they both go. 2 former teammates at Mercedes last season. 2 non-ABS users over here. Sam Karts and Coral are having a battle here for the final point spin position. As Jameer gets another penalty. Mama gets another penalty as well. So this makes the top 3 drivers and Sam Karts the only drivers without a penalty. As Mama now hits the wall at the exit of the swimming pool chicane. Not what he would have wanted. So here are your penalties. Coral, Jack, Tokai, Mama and Formula French on 3 seconds. Jameer and Zoro on 9 seconds. As Keanu doing an amazing job so far. He has a 12.7 second lead over Fred. As Jameer is now out. So it's now 10 drivers remaining. As Jameer hits the wall into Nubel. Now let's see what some cards could do. Some cards backs off. Now we have 10 drivers remaining and 10 drivers out. As some cards hits the wall. But, as there's some contact at Zoro, who's lost his front wing. It's not a good day in the office for Zoro. Sorry. Close the door. Close the door. As Zoro hits the wall again. Not a good day for in the office for him. As he's looking to grab at least a few points for the team tonight. As Coral now in the wet tires. Let's see what he could pull. As some cards gets a 3-second penalty. He gets close to the wall over there. Some cards into the pits. I suppose he's going on the wets. No, he's on the inters. He's got damage. He's got some front wing damage which he has to replace. Let's see if the inters or the full wets is the cooker tire compound. Mama into the pits. Front wing damage for him. Some cards seem to be quicker than Coral. They're both in 3 seconds. I don't think the wets is the better tire right now. As some cards taps the wall into the Nubel chicane, he has to watch out. Apparently, as he's beginning to lose some time to Coral. As Formula Courage, they make some contact with Mini, but Formula Cringe will have to concede. As they make contact again, Formula Cringe they make contact once more. Mini! It's a VSC right now. controversy around the principality. Is the VSC ended? So the VSC is now ended. So we're back to racing with 6 laps left of the chaotic Monaco Grand Prix. Some cars struggling there with turn 1 as both drivers are in. Mini and Formula Cringe, they're both in, which means that Tokai will inherit the podium position from them. Some cars now with Coral on the wets, some cars on the inters, as we have 5 laps remaining in this Monaco Grand Prix. Coral with a twitch on the exit of the swimming pool, and some cars will fancy a look on the horse, but he can't get it enough as he goes on the outside of Sandoval, but he was too far back as Coral is deploying all his ERS to stay ahead of the AlphaTauri. Some cars into Mirabeau he goes. They make contact, these two, and Coral has to concede for the time being. So Zorro now gets past his fellow countrymen, now up to 4th place he goes. As they both cut the corner a bit, as we see Mama's on board. He hits the wall a bit. Formula Courage now closing on these two drivers, and Zoro's closing in on Tokai. So we could see another battle for the podium as Keanu gets 3 seconds, but that won't affect him much since he has a 13-second lead over Fred. Zoro closed up. Yeah, Zoro now closing up on Tokai as they make contact, these two. It's a bit ambitious from Zoro there. Oh, there's some contact! As Tokai has been spun around. It's another VSC. What is happening? This has been the most chaotic races. So who will end up on that podium position? As Mama has a look on Formula Cringe, but as Mama now hits the wall when they exit the back. Zoro has 12 second penalty to make up. As Tokai into the pits through no fault of his own. As Tokai is now, he got past his former teammate from last season in D2 Red Bull. As now they're both getting lapped by the Mercedes of Keanu, who's doing a commanding job. As Sam is now hit the wall into Sandevot. He hasn't got visible damage. Now let's see who will get the final podium position. Will it be Formula French or will it be Zoro or will it be Mini? Zoro has a penalty, so it's between Mini and Formula French. As Keanu will now enter the final lap of the Monaco Grand Prix. It has been a chaotic Monaco Grand Prix. 10 DNFs and 10 remaining. As everyone who finishes at the moment will get the points. As Coral got a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. There's no close fight so far. as Tokai gets 3 seconds. And Coral into the pits now on the final lap. As we see the star of the day, Keanu, exiting La Rascas, has got the strategy spot on, has drove superbly, as Keanu will cross the line and will win the Monaco Grand Prix. What a drive from Keanu. Right now, after being robbed of a podium last week, now earning another podium. He earns his first podium of of D1. Zoro, meanwhile, will cost on P3, but he has some penalties to serve. So Formula Cringe will cost the line in P3. Does Mini have damage? Zoro will Formula Cringe will cost the line P3. Zoro. So Mini, Mama, Tokai, and Coral. As Tokai is now the last driver, who will be the last driver to cross the line. And here's the Monaco Grand Prix. So the Monaco Grand Prix is finally over. So here's your Monaco Grand Prix of Season 6. Keanu winning the Monaco Grand Prix by 13 seconds over Fred, his first podium of D1. From the Cringe P3 in the Williams, we now have Zoro, Mini, Mama, Tokai, Jack, Sam Carls, and Coral. Their first points of the season, and Jack and Sam's first points of the league of D1. Jameer, Pratt Parsons, Tim, Alexa, Gagli, JTP Monster, Chris, Dazits, and Mick DNF. Latent disqualified. So here's a Monaco Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. And now let's invite the podium finishers up. Keanu, what a drive, man.
Thank you. Oh my god.
Let's wait till Fred joins.
Alright.
Then we can start with the interview. Alright, do you want to start now or should we wait for Fred?
I don't mind.
No, it's your choice.
I don't
Okay, let's switch. Let's wait for Mini. I mean Fred, not Mini. Get these names mixed up. Okay, we can start now. Keanu, you're first.
Alright.
Well done on the drive. What a performance! Great race. How do you feel?
I feel very good since it's been a while since my last victory, so feels good to pretty much going home driving like that.
So obviously it has been your first win since
Um, Civil Austria season 3, I think, in
Aus yeah Austria season,
2.
yeah, season 2. That's been a while.
Indeed, it has been a while, but finally I got it now, and I'm just happy as well.
And
It's
obviously
been
we're
pretty good.
and obviously we're in Monaco now. How did you feel with the conditions and with the track itself? Was it challenging?
It was very challenging. Keeping up a form pretty much the whole race. It was quite fast in the beginning, but it got less fast in the race. Mostly tires were dropping off a bit onto a floor, and then I hopped quite early into it and started accelerating into the bottom corner. Got on the inters, and I saw Wojciech fly ahead of me, and I was pretty happy. Challenging drive, starting every lap on the limit.
Okay, final question of for you. Obviously you've made the switch from McLaren to Mercedes. Like, can you tell us the differences of like your driving style or everything about it?
It was a tough move to make, a tough decision to make, essentially. But I definitely wanted to stay at McLaren, but once asked me to join Mercedes, always nice to have good friends alongside to race with cars. I decided to bring that out and to join Mercedes as part of the team. One team consisting of six cars, engines for the car as well. Got into the car. It was quite slidey. I don't really like that. Feels a bit risky.
That's great to hear. Congrats again and great drive. And Fred, can you hear me?
Hello. Yep.
Okay, let's start with your um. Well done on your first podium in D1. How do you feel?
Thank you. It feels alright. My legs hurt a lot of coasting. It was a tough race. I think after the wets came in, my tyres were overheating constantly. So trying to get the nose turned into most corners was difficult. I picked up damage on lap 38, so just kind of bringing the car home after that.
So obviously we're in Monaco. I've asked Keanu this question, and I want to hear from your perspective. Obviously, Monaco is the toughest track on the calendar, and with the wet conditions, like how challenging was it?
Yeah, I think it was pretty challenging. I think, especially 39 laps, with the laps being like 1 minute 30, it's a really, really long race. So if you lose concentration, you'll end up in the barriers, which most people did. So yeah, it's just about keeping it on the track, keeping it consistent, and then just bringing it home at the end.
Obviously, you've made the switch from Haas to McLaren. I know it's a big move. Like, can you talk us through that?
Well, it's nice to have a car that works the majority of the time. I think the Haas was pretty shocking in race conditions with tyres, tyre wear, things like that. So I think the McLaren is a lot nicer to drive. I think Monaco is not one of our best tracks, so I think if we come to Silverstone with a good amount of practice, we can definitely aim for a top 5 again.
Final question. It's about what happened with your teammate Mini. Obviously you got taken out by Formula Cringe, was it? You were both P2 and P3 for the moment. Like, how do you guys feel with that?
Yeah, I think racing standards weren't great. To be fair, I couldn't see a lot. I was mostly just in my own little bubble for the most of the race. I had Keanu about 12 seconds up the road, and then towards the end of the race, he had Zoro like 30 seconds behind. But yeah, I think Mini did a good job. I need to watch his crash with Cringe because he said he got shunted. So see what the stewards has to say about it.
That's great to hear. And congrats again, and it was great talking to you again for the first time since
Thank you.
D2.
Yeah,
And first of many podiums for you in
we hope
T1.
so.
Other than that, great drive and good job for keeping it clean.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You two guys. Okay, guys, that's going to be the end of the stream tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the Monaco Grand Prix. As we heard from Keanu and Fred, it was a challenging race from the drivers, and I hope tomorrow will be the D2 race in Monaco. Next week would be Silverstone. I hope you guys have a good day, and that's me.